2, 3.
That'll work, that's cool. Hello guys and welcome to Soundsphere TV. Today I'm joined by the charming Chris Corner and the captivating Kat Bondi. How are you guys doing today? You alright?
Super good.
Shit.
Just generally shit.
Yeah, it's generally shit. You know.
Oh, fantastic, that's really good to hear. Awesome.
Well, Alive in New Light, which is the title of the album as well, it's just a representation or a symbol of where I am in my life. I had a pretty dark time before I made the album, and this is symbolising an arrival at a more peaceful, beautiful, uplifting place. Yeah. And Body Politics is just about sex.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Just simply about sex.
Simply about sex. Or basically using sex or physicality as a way to transcend mental issues. So, you know, if I were to take it into a more spiritual realm, it could also be about meditation, where you focus on the body as opposed to the mind, to free your mind from your problems.
You got one?
I got one.
Alright, let's hear it.
It's probably the same. Self-doubt. I mean, that's probably the biggest thing. Recurring theme in an artist's life, I think. Unless you're an egocentric maniac, which you could be as well, but you're probably hiding this self-doubt. That's mine.
I think for me, my biggest challenge is coping with time. You know, I feel like I wish there was more time. There's so many things that I want to do before I die that I feel like I'm just gonna die trying. So, you know, the good side of that is that I don't know what it's like to be bored, so that's good. Well, I mean, I think working with this guy was pretty painless and easy. What is it? I don't want to say Chris because you're sitting next to me. You know, I think let's see, how has it pushed me? Well, I definitely I have a pretty low range of vocals, and so you know, on the songs that I did sing on the album, it was actually really good for Chris to push me into a higher I guess range. But even though I don't know, I just think it was fun. I can't really complain in any way. There wasn't anything that was, you're not hard to work with, you're pretty funny. You're a pretty funny guy.
Kind of awkward, maybe sometimes, but pretty funny guy. Dude, I'm a moody kind of, you know, dark artist. No, I think the range thing was totally, you didn't struggle at all. It was
Thank you.
It's brilliant. Maybe you just weren't used to singing in that spot, but it was all there.
Yeah, but I mean, there was no challenge in that. I just think it was fun, and I think you know, it was really exciting when Chris first approached me about possibly, you know, collaborating on some music. It was, to me, you know, as a fan of IAMX and the music he makes, it was exciting, and to be able to be a part of it and in whatever small way I can.
Quite different. I mean, she's a funny girl too. I think just it was a lot more natural. There was nothing forced about it at all, and that's why I've kind of shied away from a lot of collaborations in the past. I really sort of want to get to know the person before I start doing anything creative with them, because I find it an extremely intimate experience when you get in the studio with somebody and you're singing these lyrics, and then it's very intimate. So that was very, very smooth, very, very easy. She's got an incredible voice that I love very much. And it really added another dimension to the record that if I'd done it totally alone, I don't think it would be as successful and as interesting, to tell you the truth.
Do you want to start that one off?
I can start. I might not end. Well, okay. I mentioned the self-doubt thing. That's a big thing. But I think the point in the end, whether you're an artist or not artists are more sensitive to the world, of course, is to get to the point of acceptance, of surrender to those feelings, of being at peace with those feelings, because they generally don't go away, and that shouldn't be a depressing thought. It's just you can use them as ammunition in your journey, and you can put them into your music. You can give them a voice so that you make friends with them, and don't fight them. Accept it, and you'll find that makes it much more bearable. I think, and there is no. Also, forget about this myth of this suffering artist thing. That does not have to be the case. Artists don't have to suffer to make great things. It's a myth. People can get wrapped up in that, because you can tap into whatever depth or whatever darkness you need to, while still being an incredibly positive, successful person. Successful in terms of mental health. I don't mean money. It's nice if that comes as well, but so if it doesn't. That's it. That's my little take.
Awesome. Kat?
Well, I agree with all those things. I think, I know for me, I've struggled with my own mental health issues, and I think I always end up going back to asking myself, like, what my intentions are whenever I'm creating something. And I think it's an important question to ask yourself. I think if you're, creating for art's sake, or, to process feelings and things like that, that's really great. And to your point, it's like the idea of success, especially in this modern day, is like, I think, so warped and so distracting to actual art. So I always go back to, like, why am I doing this? What is the purpose of it? The original purpose of it? Is there a feeling that I'm trying to get out, and stick to that? And if people like it, that's cool, and that can be icing on the cake. If people buy the record, that's great. But if nobody hears it, are you still proud of it? And that's something that's really helped me out throughout my creative process in general.
Happiness is a skill. It's not something out there that's going to come to you. It's something that you must practice. And it depends on the time of day, on who I'm with, on the situations. I'd say I'm a mentally hard-working person, because a lot of things don't naturally come to me for whatever reason, conditioning, behaviour, whatever. But overall, I would say I can laugh quite easily. That's probably a good thing, right?
Always, laughter's good, right?
Yeah. That doesn't mean I'm happy though. I think happiness is a skill. That's it.
Happy is a funny word, though. I feel like, I don't know, sometimes it's lost its meaning a little bit. Like when people say best friend or love, I think it's overly used. But I think in general, I wouldn't say I'm a happy person. I'm a positive person. I think I'm still dark, but not negative. I used to be negative, and I think, like, when I got sober 10 years ago, that was when that, like, transitioned to just being more positive all the time. So, or for the most part, so I wouldn't say I'm a happy person, but yeah, I'm positively dark.
You're very positive and very dark. I love architecture. I like a concentrated amount of people. I mean, I like people in general as a concept, but I'm good with very few people. Well, I don't know where I'm going with that.
I totally understand.
Okay. Humans, yes, they're okay. And what else do I like? I like film. I like stuff. I love audiobooks, reading, and psychology. I'm a massive psychology fan. That's where I am at the moment.
I mean, I think all things creative, obviously. I love making things with my hands. I love everything from gardening to sewing Victorian lamps. I think animal rights is like a really big one for me, so that's my driving force. Every day I wake up and I think, what can I do today to help be the voice for the voiceless if possible, and try to inspire some change in that sense. And that covers human rights and environment and all that stuff. And yeah, but sure, I'm with you on people. I mean, I don't have that many friends, but the few that I have, I absolutely love, and I'm their biggest fan. So it's exciting. It's exciting to be around that. But yeah, I guess that's it. I love my cats.
Oh, I have a dog.
Yeah,
I have a dog.
Animals make me so happy.
Yeah.
I just if I have an animal in my life, I'm just like.
Yeah.
Very, very, very. That's another thing for mental health. Dogs.
Yeah.
Animals.
Beethoven on keys for sure. Edith Piaf for lyrics. See, I told you mine would be boring.
It's classical. I like it.
I'll throw some black metal in there.
Yeah, go. Billie Holiday on vocals. I don't know.
Let's see.
David Bowie's feet.
David Bowie's everything.
His feet will do that.
Awesome, right, well, thank you guys very much. That's all we've got
Thank
time
you.
for. Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you.
for talking to us, and yeah, good luck with tonight.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, awesome.
Brilliant.